Imagine a massive off-road SUV that looks ready to conquer the desert, but underneath that tough body it hides a plug-in hybrid system with nearly 900 horsepower. The 2026 Jetour G700 isn't simply another big SUV, it's Jetour's bold attempt to combine serious off-road capability, luxury, advanced technology, and supercar-like acceleration in one enormous package. Hi everyone, welcome back to Motor Zone YouTube channel. Today, we're taking a closer look at the 2026 all-new Jetour G700, a vehicle that immediately demands attention. Measuring more than 5.1 meters long and over 2 meters wide, the G700 has the size and attitude of a traditional full-size off-road SUV, but its powertrain takes a completely different approach. Depending on the market and specification, the G700 is offered as a plug-in hybrid with a 2.0-liter turbocharged engine, dual electric motors, and all-wheel drive. Jetour's official specifications list a combined system output of up to 904 horsepower and 1,135 Nm of torque, making this one seriously powerful machine. But the real question is this: can the G700 deliver that outrageous performance while still being comfortable enough for everyday family driving and capable enough to handle serious off-road adventures? Let's take a closer look. From the first glance, the G700 looks like it was designed to make smaller SUVs disappear in its shadow. The exterior is boxy, upright, and extremely muscular, giving it the visual presence of a traditional body-on-frame off-roader while adding a modern futuristic character. The front end is particularly aggressive. A tall, wide grille dominates the nose, surrounded by sharp design elements that emphasize the SUV's width. Instead of trying to look delicate or aerodynamic, the G700 embraces a rugged appearance. The high front bumper and raised stance immediately suggest that this vehicle was designed to leave the pavement behind. The lighting design adds another layer of sophistication. LED headlights provide a modern signature, while higher specifications can feature adaptive lighting technology. The daytime running lights give the front end a distinctive appearance, especially at night. LED lighting is also used at the rear, helping the G700 maintain a high-tech look from every angle. And then there are the proportions. The G700 measures approximately 5,198 mm in length, 2,050 mm in width, and 1,956 mm in height, with a 2,870 mm wheelbase. That means this is not a compact adventure SUV pretending to be tough. It is genuinely large. Move toward the side and the rugged personality becomes even clearer. The squared-off body, high beltline, large wheel arches, substantial ground clearance, and strong shoulder line give the G700 a commanding road presence. Depending on the market and trim, the SUV can also feature retractable side steps, making it easier to climb into this enormous vehicle. The wheels are another important part of the design. Large alloy wheels fill those muscular arches while providing the visual balance needed for such a large body. And because this SUV is designed for more than just city streets, the overall wheel and tire setup is intended to support both road driving and off-road use. At the rear, the G700 continues the adventure-focused theme with a vertically styled tailgate and externally mounted spare wheel on certain configurations. That spare wheel arrangement is not just about appearance, it also reinforces the vehicle's off-road identity. The rear design looks upright, solid, and purposeful rather than soft or overly rounded. But underneath the styling, the G700 has some serious hardware. It uses a body-on-frame architecture, while official specifications list approximately 230 mm of standard ground clearance. Depending on configuration and suspension setup, clearance can increase significantly, making the SUV even more suitable for difficult terrain. Its standard approach angle is around 35 degrees and departure angle around 28 degrees, while some configurations can improve those figures with adjustable suspension. That means the G700 isn't just wearing an off-road costume. There is genuine engineering underneath it. Now step inside, and the personality changes dramatically. Instead of feeling like a basic rugged utility vehicle, the G700 aims to deliver a premium, technology-focused cabin. The interior combines large digital displays, leather-style materials, electrically adjustable seats, and a long list of convenience features. One of the first things you notice is the technology. The G700 can feature a large 15.6-inch central infotainment screen, while the driver gets a digital instrument display. The official specification also lists a 35.4-inch LCD instrument panel, creating a highly digital cockpit experience. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are supported, while voice control is designed to make common functions easier to access without taking your hands away from the wheel. The infotainment system is powered by modern hardware, including an 8255 automotive computing platform in the official specification. That matters because a vehicle with this many digital functions needs enough processing power to keep everything feeling responsive. And this is where the G700 starts feeling less like a traditional off-road truck and more like a modern luxury SUV. The front seats offer extensive electric adjustment, including an 8-way adjustment for the driver and additional lumbar support. Depending on specification, you can also get seat memory and premium comfort functions. The passenger seat can feature electric adjustment, lumbar support, and a leg rest, creating a much more relaxed environment for long-distance journeys. The cabin also offers a panoramic roof on higher versions, allowing more natural light into the interior. Combined with the large windows and spacious body, the result is a cabin that feels open despite the rugged exterior. Audio is another highlight. Depending on trim, the G700 can be equipped with either 12 or 18 speakers, giving occupants a much more immersive sound experience. And space is obviously one of the biggest advantages of a vehicle this large. Depending on the version, the G700 can be configured with 5 or 6 seats. The 3-row versions provide additional passenger capacity, making the SUV suitable for larger families. The third row is also designed to provide meaningful passenger space rather than being purely an emergency seating area. Cargo capacity depends heavily on the seating configuration. The 5-seat specification offers a large luggage area, while 6-seat versions prioritize passenger capacity. In the official specifications, luggage capacity ranges from hundreds of liters to more than 2,000 liters depending on configuration and seat position. Safety technology is also a major part of the G700 experience. Available features include a 360-degree camera system, blind spot detection, lane keeping assistance, adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning, autonomous emergency braking, lane change assistance, and traffic jam assistance. Higher trims can provide level 2 driver assistance functionality. That combination is important because a huge SUV can be intimidating in tight spaces. A 360-degree camera and surrounding sensors make parking, maneuvering, and off-road positioning much easier. But now we reach the part that makes the G700 truly fascinating. Performance. Under the hood is a 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder gasoline engine, producing around 211 horsepower and 340 Nm of torque on its own. But this engine works together with 2 permanent magnet electric motors, one at the front and another at the rear. The official global specification lists 510 kilowatts of total electric motor output, while the combined system rating is listed at up to 665 kilowatts, or approximately 904 horsepower, with 1,135 Nm of combined torque. That is an absolutely enormous number for a large family SUV. The result is a 0 to 100 km/h time of around 4.6 seconds in the official specification. Think about that for a moment. You are looking at a huge, 3-row capable off-road SUV, yet it can accelerate from 0 to 100 km/h in less than 5 seconds. Top speed is listed at around 180 km/h. The powertrain uses a 2-speed DHT hybrid transmission and electric all-wheel drive. Because the front and rear axles are driven by electric motors rather than being mechanically connected in the traditional way, the system can precisely distribute power between the axles. And this becomes particularly interesting off-road. The G700 offers different terrain modes, including snow, mud, sand, and rock, along with intelligent off-road functions. Depending on specification, there are also features such as crawl control, downhill assistance, low-speed 4-wheel drive, tank turn functionality, and specialized off-road modes. Yes, tank turn functionality. That means the G700 can use its independently controlled electric motors to help dramatically tighten its turning radius on suitable surfaces. It is the kind of feature that sounds like a concept car trick until you realize it is part of the vehicle's intended off-road technology package. The battery is another major part of the story. The G700 uses a 34.13 kWh lithium iron phosphate battery. Official global specifications list around 100 km of WLTC pure electric range and approximately 1,000 km of combined WLTC range, although exact real-world range will depend on driving conditions, temperature, speed, load, and market configuration. The system also supports an 800-volt electrical architecture and fast charging capability, with the official specification listing charging power of up to 170 kilowatts. Some regional brochures advertise very short charging times under specific conditions, so actual charging performance will depend on the charger, battery state, temperature, and local specification. And this is where the G700 becomes more interesting than a simple horsepower monster. During daily driving, the electric system can provide smooth, quiet acceleration and reduce the need to constantly rely on the gasoline engine. On longer trips, the turbocharged engine provides additional energy and range. Then, when the road ends and the trail begins, the electric motors provide immediate torque and highly controllable all-wheel drive performance. For an SUV this large, efficiency is especially important. Official figures vary by market and testing standard, but Jetour lists a WLTC combined fuel consumption figure around 1.39 liters per 100 kilometers under its specified testing conditions when the plug-in hybrid system is used as intended. That figure should not be interpreted as a real-world long-distance consumption rate with an empty battery. Plug-in hybrids can show dramatically different consumption depending on how frequently they are charged and how they are driven. And that brings us to the biggest question: who is the G700 actually for? It is for someone who wants the presence of a traditional full-size off-road SUV, but doesn't want to give up modern technology. It is for someone who wants serious performance without relying entirely on a huge gasoline engine. It is for families who need space, but also want the ability to escape the city and explore difficult terrain. The 2026 Jetour G700 is clearly ambitious. Its design is massive and aggressive, its cabin is loaded with technology, and its plug-in hybrid powertrain delivers numbers that would have sounded unbelievable in a family SUV just a few years ago. It combines a 2.0-liter turbo engine, dual electric motors, all-wheel drive, a large battery, advanced off-road modes, premium interior technology, and up to 904 horsepower in the specifications of certain versions. So, is the G700 the SUV that can finally bridge the gap between luxury, performance, efficiency, and hardcore adventure? That might be exactly what Jetour is trying to achieve. And if the G700 can deliver even a large part of what these specifications promise in the real world, this could be one of the most interesting new off-road SUVs of 2026. If you enjoyed this first look at the 2026 all-new Jetour G700, make sure you stay with MotorZone for more new cars, detailed reviews, powerful SUVs, and the latest automotive technology. And as always, tell us in the comments, would you choose this nearly 900 horsepower plug-in hybrid monster over a traditional gasoline-powered luxury off-roader? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.